Hello and welcome back. So we have this fatal error happening here, and let's see if we can figure it out. Okay, so looking at this, I think where the problem is we are using data in two ways, because here it's complaining here at this value order by, and these values come in through data. So that should be where the problem is. So we have this data array coming in there, which brings us the arrays. Let me come back here, this is the array here. There's query, and then we supply an array that contains our variables. Now the problem is we are calling it data here, and also our results, we are calling them data, which is not very efficient. Yeah. So instead, let's make sure we separate the two. So I'm going to select this data, that data. This is the result. Yeah. Same here. We're checking to see if the result has something, and this is the result as well. What about this data here? Data. Yeah, actually data and return data, all of these are results. So let's change this to result, like this. So result, this is the result, that's the result. Here also I want the result to be an empty array like that. This one remains data because it's the data from here that we're trying to run in this. Actually, that's probably the only part where we use actual data. So the rest of this is result. And what about here? Now here we're trying to run functions. We are sending in the data, which is the result. So this is result as well. And what we get is the result as well. So result. Yes, this should work. This should be the only one that has data. So let's see how well that works. Yeah, let's see that. Actually, this will always be true if we have that, because it's an array. So let's change that to false. That way it's a boolean before we create an array out of it. So refresh. Oh, there we go. So finally we have solved our problem. Now even when we use query, it will run the functions for after select if they exist, and then give us a result. In our case, the after select functions retrieve the actual user. So this is why it works in this case. So pretty cool. Now the only thing I can do now is, let me close the database thingy and go here and undo. Oh, what have I done? Okay, there we go. So I just wanted this and disabled equal to 0 to be back. This way we'll have no results whatsoever. So no lecturers here, and we can, if we go to include here, the lecturers include, this is the part. If this is not an array, wait, if this is array, I want to add a thingy here. So let me do that. Put an else statement. So let's put else. That way we know when we don't have any lecturers in the table. So center h4 and say no lecturers were found in this class. Okay, good. Okay, good. No lecturers were found in this class. Let's come back here. I doubt we will see this here. Oh, looky there. We do see it. That is cool. No lecturers were found in this class. Cool. Then we can add new. Add new. Let's add one lecturer. Search, and let's add that guy. Okay, that lecturer already belongs to this class. Does he though? So it's saying undefined property lecturers model on line 40. User ID. Where is this? Line 40. Let's find out. Lecturers model, line 40. Here. Okay, get user. What is it saying? It's saying undefined property user ID. Huh. Yes. Why is it even going through this at all? Okay, in any case, this shouldn't be a problem. Raw user ID. What is it complaining? User ID does not exist. Raw user ID. This is weird. Anyway, it shouldn't be a problem. We can just put an if statement just to make sure that this does not run if a valid user ID does not exist. So let's copy this. This is in the get user function. That's a function that gets the user after the result. So we will put that and say, what does it say though? So we can ask the question, is set before we use it? Like this. A minor problem here. And let's put the opening bracket over there. Let's resend this data. Okay, at least we don't have that error anymore. That lecturer already belongs to this class. Ooh. So we have a problem here. It's saying it belongs to this class already. And this is actually kind of true because we have this already here. The only thing is we're not checking to see whether it's disabled or not. So in our case, what we will do is go back to the single class.php and look at how is it checking to see that lecturer already belongs here. So it means this if statement right here should be the ultimate. Let's see. Okay, so it means we have to fix this query right here to add the undisabled. So user ID should be correct, the class ID should be correct, and disabled must be equal to 0. Yeah. Cool. That should work. So let's refresh, resend, and we have added the user. Let's remove this user and see if that will work. Search, select. No lecturer were found in this class. Good. Add, select. Okay, and let's select one. Boom. Okay, so in this way we can add and remove lecturers very easily. So in the same manner, we're going to see how we can do it for students instead of lecturers. So students here, lecturers here. That way we can add students to our class as well. Alrighty then, so I will see you in the next video.